Hi, I'm Tim Gibson, and I'm going to talk to you about old house wiring. Now, there are several things that you get into when you find an older house that you're going to invest in. And typically it has to do with the service that's going in there. A lot of very much older homes, that may have been built, say, in the first part of the 20th century, in the early say prior to 1970, you might find some of those that only have a 60 amp service because that was only required. Because they were built before a lot of our modern electronics came in, such as computers and microwaves and the televisions that we have now. So the demands for electricity are much greater, but also for more consistent. Older homes with the type of wiring that they have and the type of amperage that's brought into the house tends to fluctuate quite a bit, and modern electronics does not like to have electricity that fluctuates. It can actually harm those devices. So if you are running modern electronics in an older home, you always want to make sure that you use some kind of a line conditioner or surge protector or a power backup system that has surge suppression built into it, or a line conditioner, so that it evens out that electrical load. Now, the other thing that you'll find in older house wiring is sometimes instead of having a breaker panel where you have breakers when there's an overload, it opens the circuit and by popping the breaker where it can just be reset. A lot of the older homes, as they're wired, have fuse panels in them. So if you overload a circuit, you blow out the fuse, and then you actually have to change out the fuse. Now, those panels can be upgraded to breaker panels in some cases, but what you always want to do whenever you're dealing with any old electrical wiring, it's always a good idea to consult a licensed electrician. You probably want to limit yourself a little bit more on some of the do-it-yourself, and at least get some advice to make sure that any wiring that you do or any changes to the system is going to meet current code and also be safe. So I'm Tim Gibson with some information on old house wiring.